All right, so let's continue our discussion, and this time we will be talking about scale drawings, okay? So a scale drawing is a drawing that is similar to an actual object or place. So typically, instead of, say for example, in a map, you cannot be like drawing 5 miles on paper just to tell somebody the distance of this place to another place, okay? So you can use scale drawing, so you can use a scale, so you will use a smaller unit of distance, say for example, centimeters, inches, and then you can create a map or a smaller version of the actual object or place, okay? So let's have an example here, and we are talking about map, right? So in this case, we have the map of Jacksonville to Orlando. We need to find the actual distance from those between those two places. So as you can see here, Jacksonville is over here. Orlando is right here at the bottom. So we can use the measurement from the ruler to actually get the measurement, the distance between the two places. And so according to this map, the scale that we will be using is 1 inch of the ruler is always going to be equivalent to 110 miles, all right? So if you're going to take a look, Jacksonville to Orlando, let me just find there we go. So Jacksonville going to Orlando, according to the measurement with the ruler, okay? So with the ruler, it says here the distance is 1.5 inches, okay? That's what the figure shows us. Now, according to here, to the scale, 1 inch is 110 miles. So what we can do here is we can use our scale on converting units, okay? So since we are given 1.5 inches, okay, we can use a conversion factor, and what will be our conversion factor? We can use the scale factor here. So since we are given inches, so we already know that inches will be in the denominator, and then our desired unit will be miles, okay? So according to the scale, 1 inch is going to be equivalent to 110 miles. So 110 will be up here in the numerator, and inches will be gone, and as you can see, only miles will be our unit. So you will end up having 1.5 times 110 miles divided by 1, right? And so the actual measurement, so 1.5 times 110, that is going to be equivalent to 165 miles. So that is the actual distance between Jacksonville and Orlando, okay? Let's proceed to the next question, okay? Oh, sorry, my bad. Trigger happy as usual, okay? So here we don't have a map anymore, but as you can see, it's still talking about Jacksonville. So we will be using the same scale values here earlier from the map. So one inch is 110 miles, okay? So here we are to look for the actual distance of Jacksonville and Gainesville. So go ahead, try this one out on your own. Okay, so if you are going to use the same scale, 1 inch to 110 miles, you're given 0.6 inches, you multiply it with the conversion factor, and so Jacksonville to Gainesville will be 66 miles. Let's go to our next example. So again, we have scale models here. Now this is the image that we have. So this is a giant model of a heart. So this heart is the ideal size for a person who is 170 feet tall. Now remember, this is the big model. Okay, this is a giant model. Okay, so about what size would you expect the heart of a man? So this is the actual height, okay? So let's say we have a man who is 6 feet tall. What will be the ideal size of his heart? And so we will be basing it from our model here, okay? So if you would remember, we talked about similar figures, and this is exactly what it will be, okay? So when you set up your proportion, you have an option wherein you can compare heart that is big, heart that is small is equal to the height of the big man and then the height of the small man. You can have it that way, or you can have it as heart over man, heart over man. That's how you can arrange your quantity. So let's have the heart and the height of the guy. Okay, so given the big heart here, it's going to be, so let's say heart over the man. Okay, that's our quantity. So heart is 14 feet and it's going to be the height of 170. Yes, that is a giant guy. And then the heart of the 6 feet guy is unknown, so that is our x, and our height for that normal guy is 6 feet. Okay, so that is how you will set up your proportion. Just the usual, we use our cross multiplication. This is now going to be 170x is equal to 14 times 6. That's going to be 84. Okay, and you divide by 170, you divide by 170, x is going to be approximately equal to, so this is about 0.4. Unit of measurement, remember everything was measured in feet. So that's going to be 0.4 feet. Now, logically, the size of the heart would be somewhat measured in inches. So you can convert 0.4 feet, change it to inches. And so you multiply this by 12, okay? 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. So 0.4, multiply it by 12. That is going to be around 5.9 inches. Okay? So that is how you can use scale models and proportions. So try this one out on your own. You have a scale model building and then 1 inch is to 50 feet. So go ahead, try this out on your own. So for this case, we will not be using proportions. We will be using our scale, which is 1 inch is to 50 feet. And so we will use conversion. And we can get the actual actual height of the building to be 300 feet. Okay. So to summarize, you can always use proportions to find missing side lengths if you have similar figures, and also such figures can help you measure real world distances indirectly. Thank you.